Since the moment I was born, every time I look at my father, all I really see is just my dad. But sometimes, I find it hard to believe that he once had a life completely different to what I see from him now. He had his own story, his own journey, which made him into who he is today. He was his own individual, before I got to know him as my own dad. This all occurred to me one day when I was flipping through old photo albums I uncovered by chance. We were in the middle of cleaning up our current house due to recent renovations, when these old albums appeared from seemingly nowhere. I saw this as a great opportunity to find out more about my dad, a figure who was so close to me, and yet so mysterious, as my father tends to not open up about himself unless asked.
Well, my name is James Tsai, and I'm turning 55 this year. And I used to be in the photographic business, and now I'm selling records and books and DVDs. Nothing to do with photography.
Before I came around, and during the time of my infancy, I used to be a professional photographer. He owned his own studio in Surrey Hills, Jungle Boys. It was a small business, and I didn't know much about it during the time I was little.
Before that, I was working for another photographer, so that's where I learned my craft. So after that, I decided to branch out and do my own thing. So it's basically a similar setup to my former employer's bigger setup, but ours is just smaller. But we have a studio.
I didn't know how I felt when the business eventually closed. Probably nothing at the time, as I was too young to understand the concept.
And we have our own in-house processing facilities, but we mainly deal with black and white.
Thinking back on it, I never really knew how my dad felt. He never seemed to break his composure in front of me. I admire the aspect where he can pursue his passions and become so knowledgeable at them. However, aside from his passions, he shows little interest in other things. I've experienced this firsthand, as when I was trying to explain something out of his area of interest, he enters in autopilot mode, where he responds with just,
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
My dad wasn't the stereotypical dad archetype, where they would take you fishing or on a hiking trail to camp for the weekend. But he had his own way of bonding with me. At the same time, I also feel that him introducing me to these forms of art and communication that was alien to me at the time formed me into the person I am today. Despite how our relationship is at times, he's the best dad in my eyes.